Hey everyone, it's Jason from EskimoTV.net. Today I'm going to be reviewing Armageddon Time, which will be releasing October the 28th. If you prefer to read my review, you can check that out at EskimoTV.net. Director James Gray takes us back to 1980s Queens, New York. We get to experience life through the lens of little sixth grader Paul Graff, who's played by Banks Repeta, who you may have recognized from Black Phone. Gray based this character on his upbringing. Armageddon Time is a sweet look into the conflict a young adolescent faces throughout this time period, including racism among peers, family values conflicting, and mustering up the courage to stand for what you believe in. It really is a charming coming-of-age tale. The film is grounded in realism, and as a high school educator, I know kids can be rude and declare whatever is on their mind. This film accurately depicts how middle school kids talk and interact with each other. They curse, they don't always make upstanding choices, and they can be rude and defiant. Banks Repeta nails Paul Graff, a creative teenage boy who does have a sweet artistic side to his character, but is also quick to ignore his parents and do what Paul wants. In one scene, Paul's mom, Esther, played by Anne Hathaway, by the way, she tells the family that she made dinner and they're not going out to order food or have it delivered. And despite this demand, Paul gets on the phone and orders not only what Paul wants, but inputs orders for the other family members. The adolescent loves to draw and explains he is not sure if he wants to go to college. You're going to college, Hathaway's character anxiously assures him. Audiences will appreciate the raw behavior of the characters that truly reflects reality and the conflicts that each character faces. Racism is also addressed in a very complex manner. Jaylin Webb plays Paul's African-American friend Johnny, who is in the 6th grade for a second time due to being held back. Johnny is defiant towards his teachers. In one scene, he gets sent out for cursing his teacher, Mr. Turkletaub, out. In another scene, he convinces Paul to smoke with him in the school restroom. And once caught, Paul's PTA compelling mother is furious and insinuates that Paul shouldn't be involved with black kids, basically. This is extremely compelling because in reality, Johnny is not a great influence for Paul, but it's not because of the color of his skin. That factor just adds to the preconceived beliefs that Paul's mom has about African Americans. Many people work up to the expectations those around them have, and because characters like Paul's mom and the kid's teacher do not think highly of Johnny, it makes me wonder if these low expectations coupled with Johnny's home life result in this eruptive behavior that we see. Even Paul's peers judge Paul for being friends with Johnny, and that part of the film was just absolutely heartbreaking to think that this judgment was normalized, accepted behavior. When something like this happened back in this era, you didn't have social media to go put it out there, and it was just heartbreaking to see. Cinematographer Darius Kanji creates a beautiful nostalgic film that truly feels like the 1980s. The film is incredibly warm throughout its daytime scenes and features a variety of shots that are composed in an aesthetically pleasing manner. I really enjoyed looking at this movie. Every scene that was shot was always interesting in just a new way, and I really enjoyed watching it. Actors deliver compelling performances. Repeta, like I said, does a terrific job at balancing charm and adolescent rebellion. Anthony Hopkins portrays Paul's grandpa, the only one who seems to be able to get through to Paul without a fight. Hopkins is always a joy to see on screen. His smile, his tone of voice reminds you of a kind yet bold, loving, supportive grandpa. Jeremy Strong is Paul's dad. whose highlight performance is when he comes home to learn of Paul's school misbehavior. He roars trying to get into the family restroom. Paul is fearfully hiding it. He eventually breaks the door, and I was totally understandable as to why Paul was fearful in this moment. I was like, oh gosh, what is he gonna do? You know, though, that underneath all of this anger, there's compassion and care for his child. He wants him to be making good choices. Armageddon Time is the 9th film James Gray has sat in the director's chair for, and his experience effectively communicates empathy and raw emotion through his characters within this picture. Audience turned off by rebellious teenage angst may struggle to connect with these characters. They don't always do the right thing, but those who will empathize with these characters despite their flaws will have an intriguing experience with Armageddon Time, and I'm going to give this film an A-. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Armageddon Time. If you did, smash that like button. You can also consider subscribing to the channel, where you'll find more reviews like this in your feed. You'll also see unboxing videos of home entertainment, vinyl records, and more. You can also check out EskimoTV.net for reviews from myself as well as other authors. Thank you all so much for checking this video out. Once again, my name is Jason Escamilla from EskimoTV.net.